So we're gonna continue to see the visual elements, and hopefully everyone watched the recording for the first 5 visual elements recording in the Moodle room, which is whereas in week 3-1. So in the last recording, you probably saw the line, shape and mass, light, texture and pattern, and the space for the visual elements. And today we are going to continue to see the rest of the visual elements, color, and time and motion. Before we move on to the color and time and motion, let's just take a look at the last discussion topic. So the last discussion topic was to find the implied space technique for the Raphael's painting in Renaissance, right? And the answer is 1-point linear perspective. So in the space for the space of the visual element, you saw 3 techniques that is developed by the Renaissance artist. The first one was the linear perspective technique, and the second one was foreshortening, and the last one was atmospheric perspective to create implied space on the 2-dimensional surface. So Raphael, he used the first one, the linear perspective, with the 1 point, the vanishing point on the center of the painting to create the implied space. So that was the answer. Let's go back to today's lecture slide. All right, so the first visual elements we are going to see today is color. So give me 1 second. All right, so science tells us that we cannot perceive color without light. Light consists of energy that travels in waves, much as water forms waves. The distance between the peak of each wave of this energy is its wavelength, which is a term from physics that measures light. If white or normal daylight passes through a prism, we see that it is composed of constituent colors of light, which have different wavelength. Give me 1 second, everyone. All right, so this is a color wheel. Let me. Let's change the mouse with the highlight. So again, this is a color wheel. So you can divide the colors as 3, like primary color, secondary color, and tertiary color. So the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. These are labeled with the number 1 on the color wheel. They're called primary because they cannot be made by any mixture of other colors. And the secondary colors, The secondary colors are orange, green, and violet. So these are labeled with the number 2, and each is made by combining 2 primary colors. So for example, when you mix yellow and blue, the 2 primary colors, then you can create green, the number 2 color, the secondary color. And the tertiary colors. The tertiary colors are labeled number 3, like this. And these are the product of a primary color and a secondary color. So for example, when you mix one primary color, maybe for example, yellow, and one secondary color, the green, then you can make yellow-green, the tertiary color. And now let's talk about color properties. So any color has 3 properties: hue, value, and saturation. So hue is the name of the color according to the category of the color wheel we just saw together, like red, orange, yellow. And the value refers to relative lightness or darkness of the color, like this. And the saturation or intensity refers to the relative purity of a color. So colors may be pure and saturated as they appear on the color wheel, or they may be dulled and softened to some degree. And there are two ways to see the colors by light and the pigment. It's additive color and subtractive color. So the additive color, or it is called RGB color, which means red, green, and blue light colors. So it is a property of a color model that predicts the appearance of colors made by coincident component lights with distinct color. So RGB color uses for like digital art, internet, or TV, like that. So all the colors you see through the computer or your smartphone, they're made by RGB colors. And the subtractive color. Subtractive color is also called like CMYK color, which means C is cyan and magenta is M is magenta and Y is yellow, and the K is black. Black ink is typically used as the key, so it marks the black as K. So these colors are used for the physical colors like printing or paint. So CMYK color uses for all kinds of printing, such as magazine printing, product printing, or t-shirt printing. So now we are going to see the optical color effects by color. So there are 2 types of optical colors effects we are going to see. So the first one is simultaneous contrast, and the next one is optical color mixture. Let's see simultaneous contrast first. When there are 2 colors side by side, and these colors interact with one another and change our perception accordingly. And for example, complementary color. So when you see the color wheel and there are opposite colors, right? For example, so yellow yellow's complementary color is, the opposite color is violet. And the green's opposite color is red. So they are complementary colors. So let's see the actual example with the work of art. So these are Vincent van Gogh's paintings, and he used the simultaneous contrast for optical effect of color in these two paintings. And everyone, let's look at the left painting. Which colors did he use in this painting? What kind of a color can you see in this painting? The left one.
See blue,
Blue, blue,
gold,
and gold.
white.
I don't know. It might be some
Yeah,
kind of
white. Red. Yeah, very good. Yes, all the colors you just mentioned, are used in this painting. Yes, very good. So he used the dark blue on the sky and the yellow light with the vivid orange outdoor dining spots here. And the orange color and the blue color, they are complementary colors each other. So by using complementary colors as simultaneous contrast, the image is stamped on the viewer's eyes. So we can easily remember the work of art. And let's look at the right image, the right painting. So everyone, which colors did he use in this painting? On the right one.
Green and yellow.
Green and yellow, very good.
red.
Red, yes, yes. So the ceiling and all the tabletops, the colors are greenish color. And the rest of part are red or reddish brown colors. Very good. So green and red, they are complementary colors each other. So this painting is also using the same effect of color. Now let's talk about the next optical effect of color, optical color mixture. So colors can be mixed in light or pigment, but they can also be mixed by the eyes. When small patches of different colors are close together, the eye may blend them to produce a new color. So pointillism artists in modern era, they used this optical color mixture effect so popular in their paintings. So let me show you the example. So let's see the examples of the optical color mixture. So the left box consists of red and the blue tiny dots, right? And on the right box, it has red and yellow dots in it. So now everyone, let's look at these two boxes with your eyes half closed. Can you see what kind of color can you see in these boxes?
Wow, purple.
Violet?
And orange?
Yes, orange. Very good. Yeah. So the left box color is violet and the right box color is orange. Very good. So that is optical color mixture by mixing colors in our eyes. So let's see the actual example, with the work of art. So this is Georges Seurat's painting. So when you see his painting closer, you can see there are no brush strokes at all. And it consists of tons of tiny color dots in it. So all the colors in these paintings are made by optical color mixture, which means the green color made by mixture of other colors. So that technique is called pointillism. So Georges Seurat developed this technique in modern era, 19th century as a post-impressionist. So They're all about color as visual elements in art. There is a video about this painting, the Georges Seurat painting, in the Moodle room in the week 3.2 page. So please watch the video for your understanding. It's going to be very interesting. And let's move on to the next visual element, time and motion. The time and motion have always been linked to art. During 20th century, time and motion truly took their places as elements of Western art. Through advances in science and technology, daily life became far more dynamic, and the nature of time and its relationship to space and the universe more a matter for thought. So there is an implied motion, just like other visual elements, and we do not see actually the actual motion happening, but visual clues tell us that it is a key aspect of work. So let's see the example. This is a marble sculpture by Gian Lorenzo Bernini, who is a Baroque artist in 17th century. And there is no actual movement in this masterpiece. However, the figures' poses are so dynamic and theatrical, so we could feel we are in the middle of the action. So that is implied motion. And the next one. This is futurist artist Giacomo Bella's painting, The Dynamism of a Dog on a Leash in 20th century. So the artist tried to record all of the time and motion of the certain moment in one frame. So we can see a dog and a person is walking from this painting. Looks very interesting, right? That is called implied motion. An artist can also communicate the idea of motion by creating an illusion of it. Artists create this illusion through the visual tricks that deceive our eyes into believing there is motion as time passes, even though no actual motion occurs. So let's see the example of illusion of motion. So this is it. There is a noticeable sense of movement when we look at Cataract 3 by the British artist Bridget Riley. So if you focus on a single point in the center of the work, it appears there is an overall vibrating motion, right? It looks like moving something on the image. So this optical illusion grows out of the natural physiological movement of the human eye. And let's see the kinetic art. So art that moves is called kinetic art. From the Greek word kinetos means moving. So all kinds of art which has the actual motion or movement, that is called kinetic art. So kinetic art is art from any medium that contains movement perceivable by the viewer or depends on motion for its effect. So let's just watch this video together to see the kinetic art. 1 second.
one of the reasons I get into this is just machines themselves. Machines and how they work are amazing things. What I wanted to do was to make that into something where I emphasize the motion and emphasize the patterns I was seeing in the machine. And that's what makes a good piece a challenge and also a lot of fun, is that there's a whole lot of engineering and there's a whole lot of design and making it do what I want it to do. I'm David Roy. I make kinetic sculptures. They are basically wooden machines that go on the wall. You wind them up and they create patterns and sounds and motion. The first step is in my head, which I can't show you, but then very shortly thereafter, I just sit down and I start sketching. Then I want to go see how the patterns play. I put multiples on the screen, I watch them, and we just get a feel for it. Will it work? I'm not sure. You work on it a while, you get frustrated, you try other things, and it can be months or even years, because it'll be a little breakthrough here that took 5 minutes, another one here took 5 minutes, but the accumulation, it's been a long time before it all comes together into a final piece. This lever now is pulling on that string, just pulling on this wheel, just pulling on this lever, which releases the front lever, and then it's going to reverse direction and start the cycle again. Any questions? The restful thing that you get from watching a campfire, or you're watching the flames, or watching the stream, that kind of feeling is what I'm looking for. If it's a successful piece, in my view, you really have to sit and just have a cup of coffee and a glass of wine or whatnot and sit and watch it for a while. I spend many hours doing that.
All right, so that is kinetic art. Looks very interesting, right? So today's lecture is done. So we have a discussion by tonight. So everyone, after this meeting, please go to week 3-2 discussion. Oh, some of you already, posted. So these are topic. So please read this discussion topic and then answer this by tonight. And then by tomorrow, please reply to your peers. Any question? All right. So if you don't have any other question, you can leave now. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, Professor.
Bye.
Have a good day, Professor.
Hello, Professor.
Bye.
Hi, Professor.
Yep.
I sent you a message early when I came in. I came in like 5 minutes or so late into the chat, and so I just wanted to make sure you had me for attendance.
Bye, Professor.
Bye. All right. Thank you for letting me know.
No problem. The message is there if you want to check my name, Mr. Shauna.
Shana, give me 1 second. What's the reason you're late?
I came into the chat like 5 minutes or so late. I was just running late with my internet. I had to restart my Wi-Fi, so it took me a few minutes.
Okay. All right. But next time, please, come on time, try to come on time, okay?
Okay.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Hello, Professor.
Hey, Chris.
I would just like to confirm, because you said some people aren't using their registered name.
Oh, yeah, I know you're Christopher. I
Okay.
forgot your last name, but yeah, I know your first name. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.